So guys, still in the Christmas spirit, still in the Christmas mood, I am going to be sharing with you one of my favorite Ghanaian recipes. I am going to be sharing with you how to make Ghanaian MPOTOMPOTO, also known as potato pottage or porridge. If you are interested, relax and enjoy. My name is Thelma. Welcome to my Christmas kitchen. For this recipe, I have here anise seeds and bay leaves, some scotch bonnet pepper, onions, tomatoes, some ginger and garlic, and my smoked fish. I also have here some palm oil and my potatoes. I'm going to begin by first blending up my spices. So I'm going to be cutting up my ginger and garlic into smaller pieces to make life easier for my blender. I'll now be adding in my anise and bay leaves, and then also my scotch bonnet pepper. I will then be adding in an amount of water to blend the spices. Just add in enough water. Don't add too much water or else the spice blend is going to be too runny, and also don't add too little water or else it's going to be too thick and very difficult for the blender. So next, I'm going to just wash my smoked fish. So I got my smoked fish from Deladeon foods. If you haven't bought fish from them before, then you are missing out. I'm going to leave a link in my description box to them so that you can contact them for all your fish needs. Just tell them you're coming from me and you're going to get your fish at a very affordable price. So after washing the fish, I'm just going to put it on fire with a little bit of water, add in an amount of salt and also bay leaves, and just pour over your mixed spice blend and give it a stir. I'll also be adding in my chopped onions, and I'll be adding one scotch bonnet pepper. This is going to give this fish a very sweet and peppery feel. Don't miss this step. So now I'm just going to prepare my potatoes. I'm just going to begin by first fetching some water before I peel the potatoes, because as I peel, I'm going to be dropping them in the water just so that my potatoes do not discolorize as I peel them. So just get an amount of water and peel your potatoes. Mind you, you can make MPOTOMPOTO with yam, you can make it with cocoyam, but I had sweet potatoes at home, so that is what I'm using today. But it sits very yummy with yam or cocoyam, so you can use any of that if that is what you have available. And then after that, I'm just going to wash it and then cut it up into small bite-sized pieces. So guys, I am cutting it into small bite-sized pieces because it's going to make this cooking process very fast, and also we are going to be mashing it up, so there's really no point in having it in big pieces. Just cut it up in small pieces to make your cooking faster. So this is about 10 to 15 minutes later, and our smoked fish has stewed perfectly. So I'm just going to set it aside. Then I'm going to add in my chopped potatoes. So after adding all the potatoes, I'm also going to be adding a little more water because this water will not be enough to cook it, and I'll add in my washed tomatoes, onions, sprinkle about a teaspoon of salt, and then add in about 3 or more scotch bonnet peppers per your preference. While it boils, I'm just going to be cutting up some onions which I'm going to be frying in my palm oil for later use. So about 5 minutes later, I'm going to open it up and then add in some curry powder. You can add the curry powder in earlier. I just preferred to add it in at this point, but you can add it in earlier. So I just added some curry powder, and I'm going to go ahead and set aside all the vegetables for blending. So after setting them aside in the blender, I'm just going to go ahead and allow the rest of the potatoes to cook. Guys, I'm going to be using my traditional earthenware bowl and wooden masher to mash my potatoes today. You can use a potato masher if you have that available, but I'll be using my Asanka. So our potato is very well cooked now. It is so cooked that it is even falling apart. So you are going to cook your potatoes to the extent where they are falling apart, very, very soft. Then you set it aside for mashing. After taking out all my potatoes, I'm going to add back in the blended vegetables, the tomatoes, onions, scotch bonnet pepper. I'm going to add it back in and make sort of a light soup. So I also washed my blender and then added it to it. I'm going to also be adding in some red cayenne pepper because I like some heat in my food. But if you're okay with the pepper at this point, it is totally fine. Just leave it out. So like I said, I'm going to be mashing up my potatoes with this earthenware bowl and wooden masher. You can use the potato masher if you have that available though, and make sure you mash your potatoes according to your preference of texture. If you like it very, very smooth, or if you like it lumpy. So like you can see, I'm setting some of the light soup apart because I like to eat my mpotompoto with light soup on the side. Then add back in your mashed potatoes. As you can tell, my mashed potatoes are pretty much on the lumpy side because I like it that way. And you put a pan on fire, add in an amount of palm oil and fry your onions for about 2 minutes. I'm not going to fry my onions for too long because I like it when my onions are chewy, kind of crunchy in my mpotompoto. I don't want the onions to be overcooked, so just fry it for a maximum of 2 minutes and take it off the heat and come back to your mpotompoto. And as you guys can see, it's already looking yummy. So I'm just going to be adding in my palm oil with onions, and it's going to take this mpotompoto to the next level. So after this step, I'm just going to be adding back in my stewed fish, and just like that, guys, this Ghanaian authentic mpotompoto is ready, aka potato pottage, aka potato porridge, aka I think in Nigeria this is called Asaro. I'm not so sure if this is Asaro, but I think so. Whatever it is you want to call this, it is ready and you don't want to miss out on this. Like, this is just as delicious as it looks. So please do try it out for your friends and family, especially during this Christmas season. It's not all about the rice and the sweets. Try some potato pottage for them and they'll thank you for it. Thank you so much for watching. Till our next recipe. Stay safe. Merry Christmas in advance.